I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. I'm a career and leadership coach, and I worked in executive search for more than 40 years. This video is a basic reminder about interview preparation. And I know you know that you're supposed to understand what the employer does. And I know you know certain other things, but I'm just going to be safe rather than have you be sorry. So step number one is when you get your calendar from them, from the employer you're interviewing with. Now, they may say you have a 2:30 appointment to meet so-and-so in HR. Who else am I scheduled to meet with? Should be the next question. What do they do? And how much time am I going to spend with them or with each person on the calendar? Part of that is managing your expectations so that you feel comfortable with the timeline. After all, if you have a 2:30 appointment with HR, it's scheduled to last for 30 minutes. It's nice to know that they also have a 3, 3:30, 4, 4:30, and a 5 schedule for you, right? As opposed to having this drag out and not being sure as to how long you're scheduled to be there. It'll also allows you, if they're running a little bit late, you have the ability to say, I'm sorry I came in a few minutes late. So-and-so kept me over time a little bit. So my apologies, and you can thus go on. Understand what each person at this firm that's on your schedule does for the firm. And you can do that, of course, on LinkedIn, but also take a quick look at Facebook to see if you can find them. Take a look at Quora, YouTube, Google, just explore. So for example, if you did a Google search, you put their name and the current company name in, and thus you can, especially for more senior people, you might find out some of the things that they've done publicly that gives you a reference point. Sometimes they've been interviewed and the interview appears on Google. It just gives you more data about them. Now, we all know what the major firms do, but smaller or mid-sized firms, we may not have as much comprehensive knowledge about. And thus doing a Google search to research the firm is really very helpful. Also, go to Glassdoor, look up the organization and see what employees have said about them. Now, I want to be clear. You take out the praise and you take out the violent criticism. And you know what I mean by that. The disgruntled employee who has a place to vent. This is of no value to you unless you see hundreds of posts like that, at which point you pay attention to it. However, the one that's going to be most useful to you are the ones in the middle of the two extremes that are somewhat textured, because what they tell you about is the real life. The great praise, hey, that could come from the employer themselves. The violent criticism could come from the incompetent employee who got fired. Neither one is really valuable, but the one in the middle is. So do some homework before you walk in and get ready for your interview, and also practice the answers to the predictable interview questions that you'll be receiving. If you'd like my help with preparing you for the interview and those questions, reach out to me through LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Once we're connected, message that you're interested in coaching. We'll set up time for a free discovery call. Also, I've got thousands of posts available at my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, on YouTube, and you can get to my channel there at jobsearchtv.com or on bingenetworks.tv, which is an app for Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, 90 video services that you'll be able to watch my content in. Hope you have a great day and take care.